speaking of this cop propaganda, Bender, you posted this. The NYPD released a hype video about their raid on Columbia University's campus on Monday night. And
because they care so much about workers.
Yeah, right. Like, we said this before, but the image of that basically vehicle and the cops breaking into the Columbia building via kind of a crane is going to be used in history books for centuries to come. That will be one of the iconic images of this fascist crackdown on anti-genocide protests.
It'll be on Columbia's website in terms of, hey, new students, come to Columbia. We have a rich history of activism.
And we responded poorly in 1968. Oh, wait, actually also in 2024, but we've learned from it this time.
Right. Until the next encampment sets up.
Yeah. So here we go. The NYPD wants you to know they're on the case. My God.
Whatever
your budget these pigs get.
Whatever you think you're gonna get here, though, you will never guess what happens around the 50-second mark.
There's no, if that's a sidewalk, right? Which sidewalk would that be?
Eaton well.
That's the Amsterdam Avenue. So we got it.
They're in the situation
pounds are on that too.
This is the Osama bin Laden raid room, by the way, being used for the Columbia protest.
Oh, exactly.
I mean, it had been used for like cracking heads at homeless people.
like a meteor is going to hit Earth, and they need to like navigate, an expedition to land on it.
Right. Oh, but it gets real. You're never gonna guess the change in tone here.
You got some planned process up there.
Yeah, we want to start getting the morals.
A24.
This is so fucking.
Here we go. Here we go.
Bass drops.
We got a big fucking truck.
Oh my God.
Let's break into the second floor to save this property.
Yes, all that property damage that those kids are doing. Oh, wait, damn. Are they messing with the door?
Right now, we're inside of the Hamilton building in the Columbia University. We're in the third floor of the
terrorism on the board.
We're going through the building, looking for the
kill list.
Student protesters that took over this building. As you can see, the emergency services behind us, conducting operations. We're checking each floor. We're checking each door.
So brave.
If we come over here, you can see that they have set up sort of an encampment inside of the classroom. There's
sort of an encampment?
Guys all over the place. And when we actually came in here, they actually had
heroes.
Desk.
Is that a left-handed desk?
Window, so that thinking that we were going to come in and get them.
Terrorists.
You can tell how not dangerous these students are by the willingness of the police to do something.
I can't hear you, Brandon.
I was going to say you can tell how not dangerous the protesters are.
Yeah, pause it.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I was going to say you can tell how not dangerous the protesters are by like the police willing to go in. Like I think that's like the real litmus test. If the police are willing to actually go in the building, and then you know that there is no danger for them.
I mean, shout out to the Texas protesters who threw Uvalde in these pigs' face at every opportunity, because that is the real contrast that needs to be drawn here.
Right. Also, you could see very clearly in some of those images, they don't show any images, by the way, of them arresting the individuals in the Hamilton Hall. I'm going to assume if that was a very to serve and to protect manner, they would have been very proud to show how flawless that was achieved. But I'm going to assume, based on the fact that they didn't show it, that they weren't so nice to those protesters just sitting there in the room. But anyway, they used the stack of like wooden chairs and like desk pushed against the door as proof that outside paid professionals had to be involved, because how would students know to barricade themselves in a building like this? How would they know how to do that? I mean, beyond the fact that this is like the most obvious thing in the world, you don't need to be taught to put something in front of doors so that no one, like my 8-year-old and 4-year-old barricade themselves in their bedroom when they don't want it, when they don't want to be bothered or whatever. Besides that, though, it wouldn't shock me actually that Gen Z who's grown up to basically know that they need to do school shooting drills and do these sort of things to prepare for those. Wouldn't shock me that they are quite professional at barricading themselves in their classroom.
Yeah, right, exactly. Is there more to that, Binder, or is that basically
it's just the same thing? There is, I don't know if it's worthy playing the rest of it to get to this point, but one of the moments with this dramatic music behind it is one of the head cops standing in the middle of the encampment where the tents, and he was going, just look at how filthy this is. It stinks. It reeks. It's like, what are you? Is this an official police matter? Do you
and
guys?
Also, it could be stinking. It's also could be stinking because we saw Zionist counter-protesters spraying things in UCLA, and we know that they have previously used stink bombs against New York City college kids, or at least, I'm sorry, New York City protesters, because that's like a tactic that pro-Israel people use.
I actually thought you were going to say it could stink because pigs are on the campus now.
Oh, well,
that's all these damn pigs.
They're just there for that sweet overtime.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just incredible.
Especially because all these guys would just love to be protecting retail workers and landlords instead.
Yeah, protect and serve, I guess. All right, let's take
it really, like, I know people have come to expect like police departments to act this way, but I think like just the way this video was formulated, it was really beyond what I could even imagine. Like, they feel this way, they act this way that when they're in the field, but to document themselves in this way for themselves and put it out there, I was like, wow,
it's Israel vibes.
Crazy.
This is Israeli propaganda vibes.
Well, let's also say that the NYPD has connections with training with the IDF. So that's part of this like synchronicity between fascism abroad and fascism here.
I think this is just what, like Matt was saying, this is what happens when you like watch propaganda that's meant to target a community that you just are totally immune to. Like, that's what the Israeli propaganda feels that way. That's why cop propaganda always feels that way, because it's just when you're just totally immune to whatever that group's propaganda is, you're like, wow, I can't believe anyone believes this. But I'm sure to like the right kind of voter, that was very scary. Look how many cops had to show up. Like, just the presence of cops makes some people feel like there must be trouble. Like, it's a very escalating thing. And so, look how many had to climb up that truck ladder.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like that Transformers.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.